I'm going to teach you guys how you can create a brand new version of yourself for 2024. So what you want to do first is you want to start right away. So if you start now, if you literally start right after you click off this video, you're already going to be stepping into 2024 as that brand new person. As soon as you start developing those good habits, as soon as you start developing those good intentions, and as soon as you already have that positive mindset, it doesn't take that long for you to already have changed and already have improved. Literally for my journey, I improved already within like a week. Grinding and hardcore, just investigating and getting into myself. A lot of people's journeys are different. I'm not saying you're going to be the brand new person by 2024 and go to 2024 as a brand new person. No. What I am saying though is that by stepping into 2024 and you're already like having those ideas and you're already getting to that direction, 2024 is going to be like, okay, I'm ready to do this. I'm already set up. I don't have to plan anything because I've already planned ahead, so I know what I'm doing. The next thing that you want to do is you want to create a goal and you want to create deadlines, whether it be one goal, whether it be multiple goals, it really doesn't matter. As you create these goals, you need to write the goal down and you also need to write the steps to get there. And then at the bottom, you want to write kind of like a deadline to when that goal should be met. An example of this could be if you're like a student going to school. My goal of 2024 would be by June 2024, I will have an internship at XYZ place. I will be accepted by XYZ. By creating a goal, you're already like looking at the future. So when you're creating these goals, you want to think about what makes you happy and you want to think about the things that you enjoy. It has to be things that pertain to you and your happiness. And it doesn't have to be things that you think you have to do. It really just has to be things that you want to do and that you're passionate about. This was a hard pill for me to swallow because I always felt like I had to do this and I had to do that. So I had to just go ahead and make it a goal. No. Because then you're just going to not be motivated to do that goal. You want to choose things that genuinely make you happy. They don't have to be like life-changing goals. They don't have to be anything serious like I got to get my bachelor's by this day or I got to, you know, be making this much by this day. It doesn't have to be anything extreme like that. You can make it that way, but it doesn't have to be. The next step to it would be positivity. So you want to be positive during this process. It's so important because you cannot be negative when going into 2024 and then expect all of your goals and things to be met because that's just not possible. You need to have the mindset and you need to actually genuinely believe that you're going to reach these goals. So everybody says this too, like it's just, but it's fact though. A way of doing this would be practicing reciting positive affirmations every single day. Every morning when you wake up, you can like create a list of all the positive affirmations that you have and just read them, but read them with intention. I'm gonna get this done. I'm gonna get that done. This is me. Just say it like you already know that it's true. Another one would be like visualizing. So if you want to like daydream and then also say those affirmations at the same time. I'm a big daydreamer because I get distracted very easily, but I also like to live in my head most of the time. What I do is I be playing music and then I just be imagining like music videos in my head. But also at the same time, I kind of just like envision my future self and my dream self as I'm listening to this music because it's like empowering and it's like makes me feel confident and makes me feel good about myself. But at the same time, I'm also applying those affirmations and making them true because I'm already visualizing it. Another way would be to just genuinely just talk to yourself. Like the way that you would talk to a friend on FaceTime, talk to yourself that way. You can tell yourself like how your day went, what kind of drama you got into, who pissed you off. Talk to yourself, give yourself input and give yourself what you think and what you feel. Talk to yourself as if you were your trusted friend. And if you do talk to yourself, you need to talk out loud. I know it's gonna look stupid, but it's so helpful if you do. I actually watch one of these YouTubers. Her name is Tam Carr. She is so great. She says that you can literally just like take your phone, press record, and then talk to yourself as if you're talking to a friend on FaceTime, or literally just like telling a story, like just recording yourself and just making a video of yourself. You don't have to post it, you don't have to do anything. But it allows you to get all of that out of your system. If you do want to go back and you want to watch it and you kind of want to reflect on what you learned, that's another thing too. I didn't know that everybody else did that. So then the fourth thing would be that you have to manage your diet and you also have to manage medication if you do have any mental illnesses. Let's say that you have been diagnosed with a condition and they advise that you take medication for it. This can be either physical or mental. If it's a physical condition, obviously medication would be the best way to manage it. So I would suggest starting right now, calling up your doctor and being like, hey, get me on that medication and let me start right away. Pick it up at CVS and start that medication before the new year. Go and pick up your medication and start now. So then when you go into 2024, you're already on your medication person and you're already making your way better to becoming a better person. Diet is also important. So what you eat is important. I didn't think it was. I thought that I could just go with life and just like eat McDonald's and like eat outside and eat whatever I wanted, but that is not the case. I developed moderate to severe GERD. It's basically just acid reflux, but chronic. I've been dealing with it for the longest now. With conditions like that, with acid reflux, with Crohn's disease, GERD, all of these conditions, you need to manage your diet. 70% of your health comes from the gut, and I did not know that. I suggest upping your vegetable intake, upping your fruit intake. Literally a fruit smoothie every morning, that'll already get you like on the right track. I also suggest if you are like really on low energy and you're not like on the go and things like that, I suggest taking caffeine in the morning, but not too much, because caffeine isn't necessarily good for you. But if you do need that energy boost, then take your coffee, take your energy drink, whatever you need to take. You can also take tea. Tea helps relax you. Another thing would be vitamin intake. You have to take your vitamins. This is so important, especially for those who struggle with mental illness and are not on medication. By upping your vitamin intake, it helps a lot. What I'm taking currently is vitamin D, and I'm taking vitamin B12. Those are very important. Managing your energy levels, B12 especially. B12 helps with energy, and I think it helps with red blood cells if I'm not wrong. And then D12 is just to get your sunlight intake, because especially during the winter, you're not getting enough sun and you're not going out enough. And a lot of people that are prone to depression or seasonal depression need that vitamin D intake, so they take that. Another thing that I suggest, speak with your doctor first though, is that you consider taking serotonin if you are depressed. They sell them actually on Amazon or like at a pharmacy, and it's not prescription. Consult with your doctor first. Don't take anything yet. Next, what you want to do is you want to cut off people that aren't aligned with you and your values. And I know this is hard. Like, this is really hard. I feel like it's very hard for me because I have always never had friends. Like, I never genuinely had any friends. Like, I feel like the people that I've talked to, they are like my friends, but they're not my friends, if that makes sense. I've learned to be my own best friend. For those that struggle to make friends and those that struggle to just keep friends and kind of just keep them around, you never knew why. It's okay. Just know that you're not alone, for one. And for two, you don't really need friends to keep you happy. I know a lot of people say, oh, you know, social interaction for humans is like important, but I don't think so. I don't think it's like priority, but I do think you can survive without it. However, if you do want to be a part of a social group in order to keep that socialization, because you know everybody gets lonely at times and you can't always just be with yourself, I suggest keeping good people around, and then I suggest cutting all the people off. And if you're like me and unfortunately everybody around you is just bad, you gotta cut everybody off and then just start over. If you are ready to start making friends, then you can start off by looking at online platforms if you struggle to socialize in real life like I do, or you can just put yourself out there and go to more social settings and meet new people. You could be like you can do school, you can go to work and make new coworkers, friends, whatever. If you want to go to like a social event by yourself, just completely by yourself, that's a great way to make friends. You're gonna have people like coming over to you and talking to you. For me, however, I just felt like I am at a point in my life where I don't really need to socialize with anybody right now, because I really do struggle to socialize in general. So I thought it was best for me to just kind of cut off people that do not align with my values. Meeting new people, socializing, and making friends has been hard for me, and I didn't know how hard it was until it hit me. Like, wow, I'd never really had any friends and I can't seem to make any. So I figured, since it's such a challenge, I figured that I would try to be my own best friend first before trying to find anybody else. If you want to take it a step further, however, go ahead and delete all that social media. Yep, I said it. You can go ahead and just delete all of the social media. Forget Instagram, forget TikTok, forget all of that. Take it away. That's if you are really determined to make yourself better. By cutting off all of the distractions, by cutting off all of these negativities, because there's a lot of negative things that go on social media. I know a lot of people that get like bullied online, or I know a lot of people that just kind of deal with a lot of drama. It's a lot of back talking. It's a lot of passive aggressiveness. It's a lot of like posts, but they're like targeted towards specific people, but I'm not actually gonna say it. It's really just a toxic environment. If you are dealing with an environment like that, if you're dealing with like a friend group and they all just kind of like have an online group chat and you guys are all just talking shit about each other, you need to go ahead and leave. Like, it's not gonna work. You don't need that. You just deserve a positive environment for yourself. It's the best thing. Like, I swear to God, like when I deleted social media, I felt like I was gonna die. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be so bored. I'm not gonna do anything. Like, this is boring. I have no one to talk to. It's really not that bad. It's like a week in, you're kind of just like, okay, this is weird. Like time is going by so slow. But then afterwards you realize, hey, like, wait a minute, like now I have time to actually do stuff and I don't have any excuses to be like, oh, well, I never have time to do this because I'm always over here and I'm always over there. But the whole time it's just you scrolling on TikTok on your phone like a bum. Now you have all the time in the world. Now you have no excuses. If you want to go the extra mile, deleting social media, I suggest, it's one of the best things. Another thing would be to delete old pictures. Delete old pictures of that ex, delete old pictures of those old crusty toxic friends, delete everything. You do not need that. If you have pictures of like maybe memes or like I know a lot of people like keep edits in their camera roll. I know I'm like guilty of that. But if you kind of have like those like old pictures and like old like things and they kind of bring up memories for you that are like bad, delete it and keep it away. The thing about walking into 2024 as a new person is that you are becoming a different person. So that means you are growing, which means you are growing from the past, which means you are finally telling yourself and surrendering yourself like, hey, I'm ready to let all of this go and I'm ready to become the new version of myself. So I need to get all of that out of my life. By doing this, you're gonna feel so much better. I felt so horrible when I deleted everything at first because I'm just like, oh my God, all the memories and everything's gone. That specific picture in my camera roll for like years and I never deleted it. And oh my gosh, it's on now and I'm never gonna see it again. But then after a while, you just kind of forget about it. You're just like, oh, okay. Like that's it. Like it comes with time. Like you realize like, oh, you know, maybe I didn't need that as much as I thought I did, or maybe those pictures didn't really matter as much. If you live with your family, if you are currently living at like your parents' house or like a family member's house and they are toxic, I suggest creating distance between them. If you can, find a roommate and just get out of that environment, because unfortunately there is just nothing you can do when it comes to family. I've learned that people don't change. People only can change if they want to, and it is not your job to make them change. It is not your responsibility. It is not you. You don't have to do a damn thing. You just have to be like, listen, I don't like how I'm being treated. I don't like how I'm being talked to. I don't like how these people are talking to me. Let me find a way to distance myself from this environment. However, if you cannot afford to move out and you cannot afford to get out of the situation, or maybe you're a student and you're still in school and you're waiting till you graduate to get out, but you're still dealing with that negative environment, get a job. I suggest getting a part-time job, any job. I don't care what it is. It can be McDonald's, it could be Subway, it could be Chipotle. Just find a job, make some money, and save that money to get out. But also at the same time, use that job in order to gain experience, gain work experience, as well as keeping yourself occupied. Because once you're working them long hours, you're not gonna be at home. And if you do have good family members, I suggest becoming closer to those and start reaching out to them more. The next step is you want to understand yourself. You want to understand who you are and what are your likes, dislikes, what are you annoyed with, what are you tired of, who do you want to be, what are your hobbies, what makes you happy, what makes you sad, what makes you angry, what makes you anything. Literally understand who you are and sit there and try to dissect every single part of yourself and understand it. If you don't know how to do this, I suggest working on shadow work prompt on Pinterest. They have a bunch of prompts on Pinterest. They already say things like, they're already like asking you questions about your childhood, about your love life, about your trauma, all of these things that they're just literally a question and then you just answer it. That's already like a start. If you're more of a free writer, you can write whatever you want. You could write a letter to somebody who you care about. You can write a letter to somebody that you are still upset and angry to. I express myself through art. Like I express myself through drawing. If I'm angry, I'm gonna draw an angry fucking picture. I'm gonna scribble that shit and I'm gonna make it all mad. If I'm sad, I'm gonna draw, you know, a sad painting. I'm gonna paint in blue colors. I'm gonna just express myself through art because that is how I express myself. A lot of people can express themselves through music and create like sad songs, or they can like write sad song lyrics and sing them. There are so many ways to express yourself, and there's so many ways to just understand how your brain works and what you're feeling and why you feel that way. Really dig deep into the why. Another thing would be to just understand what triggers you. Understand like, oh, I don't like how this person's talking to me because my mom used to talk to me that way and I'm traumatized by the way she used to talk to me and I'm traumatized by the way that she used to treat me. Dive deep into those situations and then figure out how you can make those situations better now that you are a new person and now that you're working to become a new person. Instead of reacting explosively, practice meditation, practice mindfulness. Realize that emotions are just fleeting little clouds and they come and go and it doesn't define who you are. Another thing would be to treat yourself. Literally treat yourself as if you are going on a date with yourself, and treat yourself as if you are your significant other. Like buy yourself gifts, make yourself look presentable, and just wear clothes that make you feel happy. Like that make you feel like it defines your true self and it defines who you are. Me personally, I love to dress in alternative clothing. This is like a very casual alternative outfit though, but I love to dress in alternative clothing and I love to dress in the old 2000s emo type of style because it's just something I like and it's just something that I enjoy. Did people approve of it? No. A lot of people made fun of me for it, but it makes me happy. So I wear those clothes because I feel confident in them. Sometimes I like to dress up as my favorite characters from shows and like movies. So I like to dress and embody that character, even though it's kind of just like a cosplay, but it's not really a cosplay. It makes me feel powerful. It makes me feel confident. And if you are that type of person that wants to dress up as your favorite character or as things that just make you happy or create a character of your own, you can do that. The next step would be to make money. You got to make money. I know it sounds superficial and I know it sounds like, well, you know, money's not everything, and it's not. But in order to get yourself up and in order to improve yourself, you're going to want to have a little bit of an income in order to pursue the things that you like and pursue the things that you want to do. If you are an artist, for example, you want to invest your money into art supplies. Paints are not cheap. Invest in Copic markers, invest in paintbrushes, invest in more canvases. All of those things are costly, so you need to work more. This ties in back with getting a job. By getting a job, you're already going to be racking up money. If you work full-time already, if you have an established job, you don't like your full-time job and you're just like, I don't want to do this, this is not for me, do yourself a favor and work a bunch of hours, save up some money, and then start your business. Post that cover of a song that you want to play because maybe you want to be a famous singer. Start singing those songs, practice your singing voice. If you're an athlete, if you want to like play a sport, then like go ahead and start practicing. Invest more time into doing those things and start working a lot more hours, so then later on down the road you can have more time to do those things. Some jobs that you could do that are good for extra income, I really suggest Instacart, which is what I'm currently doing, and DoorDash and Uber Eats, things like that. I feel like when you get paid on the day and you work on your own time, it's like the best, because I hate working for people. I'm sorry. I hate 9 to 5. I hate the regular work hours. I hate that you get your break and that and you gotta work with people and you gotta work for somebody and you gotta work for a company. Fuck that. I don't like it. I suggest working on your own terms, and I suggest that if you do have a stable job, don't leave it. Look at it as a way of, this is how I'm making my money, not, oh, I gotta go to my job again. Just think of it as in, this is my money source and this will help me to achieve my bigger goals. And always save your money. Saving is so important. What I do is I take my paycheck and I take like 30% of it and then throw it into my savings. And then every single 30% that I make from Instacart, I throw it into my savings, and I don't touch it until I need to invest in materials. I already have a bunch of savings already there, and then I put it onto the things that I'm investing in, and then later on I will just keep going from there. And then you also want to establish a routine. So this is the next step. So you already have a basis of what you need to do already. All these ideas like cutting off toxic family members, working on your business, working on your appearance. So now all of these things, you combine it and make it a routine. And it has to be a set routine, and it doesn't have to be anything extravagant or anything. It can be as simple as, I'm gonna wake up at 5 a.m. every morning. I'm gonna exercise 3 or 4 times a week. These days are the days that I'm gonna exercise, like be specific, be like Monday, Wednesday, something. I don't know. If you have class, then be like, okay, my class starts from this time to this time, so this is the time where I'll be doing class. If you have free time, then you'll be like, okay, this is the time that I will be investing into my business, my hobbies, things that make me happy. Before you wake up in the morning, you plan your routine the night before. If you go throughout the day unprepared and not knowing what to do, then it's just gonna be a big mess, and you need a plan first. Plan it the night before. If you already have plans to go to school tomorrow and you already have plans to work tomorrow, then incorporate that into your routine, and also incorporate things that you like to do into your routine as well. Okay, well, that was the end of my video. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe because I want to be able to have the algorithm notice me, and I want to be able to make this channel noticeable so that people can start seeing my videos, and that so people can learn from me. Although I'm still learning myself and I'm still on this journey myself, I'm not like saying I'm an expert or anything. I want people to learn from somebody who is doing this and kind of just like go on the journey with you guys, because I feel like that would be fun. I appreciate it. I'm also going to be posting art stuff soon. I already have a painting done, and I'm already gonna get a second painting done, so this is gonna be so exciting. I'm gonna try my best to post regularly. I'm gonna try my best to post every week, but I'm also gonna try to post more often because I feel like I want to get my videos more out there, and also this is really fun and I want to do more. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.